of a breeze. It's starting to cool off now that it's getting evening. I think we're expecting some rain, but
We've been getting rain off and on all day. Hi,
oh,
ladies.
Oh,
hi.
we've been getting rain all day since last night.
We
We needed it. We've had a burn ban.
God, we need it
Yeah.
too. It's awful here.
Just share it out, everybody, so everybody knows where everybody could go. Because I hate that,
You
because
can
there's quite
read.
a few people in there and everybody still wanted to talk and stuff.
Yeah, I scrolled in and they were like, "Don't Google pink sock." I was like, "What? I'm gonna go Google this shit now." Yeah, it's real
Yeah,
bad.
I got that one pulled on me a long time ago. Hi,
Yeah.
everyone. Come on in. If you want a box, just grab one. I don't care who you are. Believe me, I'm not shy.
You can remod me now since we're in here.
Oh, I can't. I thought you was okay. Make a comment.
I'm
I
in your
thought you was
box,
already.
silly.
Hi, Ray.
I'm in your box, silly.
Well, I don't know how to actually do this all. That's what they. I
I'm just
really
gonna
don't.
go
Just
alone.
make a damn
Don't feel bad.
comment. There you go.
I can't believe I removed myself by
No, you're
accident.
still. Wait a minute. Are you sure you're not a comment? Your
Yeah,
mom? Oh,
I
okay.
LOL'd you.
Hazel got me earlier.
Yeah,
Can
I'm
you
not.
hear
I'm
me?
not looking up no blue waffle.
Yeah.
Screw that
Okay,
crap.
you're gonna have to remind me how to
Um,
remod you.
click my name.
Okay.
Then there's the three little lines over to
Oh,
the. Yeah.
okay, that's right.
I can't believe I removed myself by accident.
I can't either.
I'm a
Crazy free.
dodo.
There you go. That should take
Yeah.
care of it. Oh, True Teller or Truth of Truths. Maybe I called you the wrong name. I'm sorry. Anything and everything. Who cares?
Crazy bee. It's Jody.
Yes, honey.
I was in text live a lot earlier watching, and Hazel got me. She's like, "Did you watch A Hero?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" I said, "I've been busy making manicotti all day." Here, I guess, a woman from Friday night was in somebody else's live going off about what everybody's calling her. And I said, "Oh, God, I don't watch her. I have no desire to watch
Mm,
her." You know what I'm talking about,
that's
right?
too funny. Who?
The Hero.
I don't watch a lot of movies. Is that
No,
what
it's
it
not a
is?
movie. It's from Friday
I'm
night.
getting it. I'm tired. Okay, now run it by me again.
Nicole.
Yeah.
Hazel tried to get. She said, were you watching her?" And I said, "No, I haven't even been on.
Oh.
What's going
Lisa's
on?"
neighbor. It's
Yeah,
Lisa's neighbor.
Oh,
yeah, she
okay.
was on.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was
Well,
on there. I guess somebody's live, and I said, "I have no desire to watch that woman. I'm sorry, not after Friday night. No thanks."
no, she
I
was
accidentally.
actually streaming Lisa, who was outside pretending not to be at her dad's house with the dramatics. The
They
police
can't.
came because Lisa actually threatened her. And then the police came down to
But she also
Lisa.
went by her house and was honking the horn and yelling at her first
Yeah,
before
there was
Lisa
that.
threatened her.
Right, there was
So
that.
that's that's don't skip over parts.
Right, right.
You
Yeah,
know
she
what I mean?
honked at her very
The chick
loud.
went by and yelled at her and honked her horn first. Then that's when Lisa did what she did. Or
Right.
sorry.
She was
And
antagonizing her.
Yeah.
Nicole was very honest with the police about that. However, unrelated to her neighbor, uh, Lisa was just served with a POA. Literally, the cops came back about 40 minutes
Because
later.
because Nicole told her about it.
Huh?
Told
What is
the
that?
cops about it.
So
Yeah.
who's the order of protect? I know it's on Lisa, but who put it on her?
I think I
That I
know, but
don't know.
I'm not privy to say, so I'm not going to
I'm
go
not
down that
saying.
road.
Oh,
That would be for the person to expose, but she was served
wow.
just a little while ago.
You mean
That's crazy.
Let's
PFA?
not talk about.
Yeah, in Pennsylvania, it might be a PFA.
Yeah, it's a PFA.
Yeah.
PO in Pennsylvania is power of attorney. You were throwing me off so bad. I was going to say, who's someone
Sorry.
do
Yeah.
that?
Well, different states have different
Oh, really?
terminologies.
A
Yeah.
POA would be a power of attorney, right?
Yeah, that would be really scary if somebody was dumb
Yeah.
enough to give her power of attorney over
And
them.
PO is something
Or
else.
protection of abuse.
Well, that's
Some
changed.
states have a protection
Hold
of abuse.
on, everybody. We have the queen herself.
That's funny. That's
I love
funny
her.
because it is very difficult to get a. Wow, this blows my fucking mind that they got this because I couldn't even get one against the 5 fucking people that jumped me because we weren't in a physical fucking relationship because I wasn't related to them. And they got a protective order or a cease and assist.
They're saying the way I took it, and the two that took it that was saying it was, I believe, Eddie,
Protection
And
from
Dior.
abuse. Yeah.
Stop.
and they got a PO, correct? Served on Lisa.
Get the fuck out
Because
of here.
Nicole told the officer that there was a protection order or something, and he must have went and looked it up and came back and served her.
Yep.
And that was all on video.
Well,
When
now
I-
they're gonna have to, she's been served. She'll have to not stay away from contact, whatnot. Then there will be a hearing. There'll be a hearing where all parties involved will go to the hearing. If one side doesn't show up, it can be automatically put on. If the other party shows up, they can produce that they didn't, whatnot. But wow.
Yeah, when I
Yep.
did my PFA, I had to. You're right. There was a 3-day thing, and then you went to court. Then when I went into court, I still had the marks on my neck and the bruises. So the judge automatically granted it right then and there because I had physical. You know, they could see physical violence that happened to me.
Yeah, they can't go near her either. We just call her Elle in here. I really don't like saying even.
I don't
saying
say her name. Period. I didn't want to say the other one's name, but you weren't getting what Hazel did to me.
Yeah, I just call her Elle. Okay, I know. I wasn't getting it going on my head. Oh, I hate it. She
I had
left.
literally just got
I
on
love
text
that
live
woman.
though to see what was going on, and that's what they were talking about was her. And I was like, oh
freaking
no, I won't
crazy.
watch her either. That's just as bad as watching the other one. No thanks.
Yeah, Tech's amazing. She is freaking awesome.
Oh, I love it.
Well, she's upbeat and she has such a personality.
She's helped me in so many ways that people don't. Yeah, she does. And I can't stand that IO guy. Oh, God. He's something else, too. I think he's jealous of her and the way she conducts herself and what the kind of person that she really is. And she don't just do it for the views. And I think he's jealous over that of her. Because she's 10 times the person he ever thought he would be. Or he ever could be. That's my point of view, but we can talk about it.
I think with her, she's very professional where it comes to
Oh,
what
sure.
she knows, but she doesn't sugarcoat. And people take that as rudeness.
Yeah.
It's not rudeness. It's her being honest.
No. You're exactly
Hello.
right.
My name is
Hi,
Susan.
Susan. Is that your name? Hi.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Going somewhere where I can hear them.
Okay. You might have to mute sometime if somebody's talking so they can hear.
Right.
Unless you're talking.
Yeah, like I was saying, you know, Tech will say exactly how it is. She's very respectful, and that's what I love about her. It's like she will, and she'll even dumb it down for you if you don't understand something.
Exactly, and that's what I love about her. But this stuff with them saying called the daddy's landlord. Are you freaking serious?
That's going too far. Like people are getting.
Oh, I seen some shit that I just could not believe I seen. Why would you want to call her dad's landlord?
Right.
Why?
Like, why into this shit?
To get them kicked out or something?
That's
That would be
wrong.
horrible.
That
And
would
it
be
wasn't nobody
horrible.
in the panel that said it. It was it made in the comments. But in the comments, there was so many bad things said. I just can't believe people are that freaking cruel. And
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but not sorry. I'm sorry that they're that freaking cruel now,
Thank
but I'm
you.
not sorry I said it.
Right. Like, I think it's, her, the only part her dad even has in this is taking her to get Ghost. Like, just because.
Well, no,
Into
actually,
this.
the only thing her dad has a part of it in it is he is her father.
Yeah. Like, why?
And that's a lot of things people are
Absolutely.
missing. That's her father.
Yeah. But, drag him into this and cause him to be kicked out too. Why? What? What are they trying to accomplish? Like, that's just retarded. I mean, my
I
God
don't know.
dang it, that's just stupid. Let me reiterate, that's stupid.
Exactly. I don't know if people are mad because they feel like he's not doing enough, or I don't understand it, but they need to leave that man alone. They need to leave
Hi,
all of
Melanie.
his
Hi,
family
guys. Come on
alone.
in.
I didn't mean to say the R word.
Exactly.
I apologize. I meant it as people are being stupid. I didn't mean to say the R word.
Are you the one that said it
I
in Jennifer's live?
No. I didn't say it in Jennifer's
Oh.
live. No. I just said it now, and I
Oh,
apologize.
you just did?
Yeah, I said instead of being
Okay.
stupid.
Well, at least you didn't repeat it and you corrected yourself. And that girl tried to hide behind it. And then she went, "Oh, yeah, I said it. I said," and she said the word again. It's like, no, girl, you need to go.
No,
You sure
I just said it just now, and I need to.
Oh, please don't.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Because I don't want to kick you out of my box.
No, she fixed it. She said stupid then.
Yeah,
I ain't going to say that.
I'm watching
Yeah.
the chat a bit.
Okay, yeah. And watch who comes in. I don't know what I said something about somebody, their queen. I'm going to start calling them their queen.
Yeah,
No, I got to come up with a new word because that's too good.
right.
A lot of people need to remember though that she's
Clamsters.
almost 40
The
years old.
clamsters. There we go. It's the clamsters. They're coming after me.
Oh,
And this one chick, her name is called Nincompoop. Anybody know her?
yes, I've saw her before.
She's part of.
Yeah, she's got a lot of things to say about me and my looks.
I think she's in. Oh yes, I was in that live last night. Yes, with you and Jen.
Yeah, box up.
Yeah, she's part of. Or is or was. I don't know if she's.
Why? Why is my look so important? I had a glam shot. Sorry. I'm sorry if you don't like it. That's one of the pictures. Yeah. Just like the movie stars, they make them look all completely different than what they really fucking look like.
I'm pretty sure 80% of the people on this app don't look like they look. You all want to look better. So what? That's
Exactly. Hell, I'm an older woman.
so am I.
Closer to 60 than I am 50. Give me a break.
I'm 55, and you know what? I don't give a shit. I have a little bit of gray hair coming through, and I told my husband I've earned them.
I'm still older than you. I'm closer.
But I mean, it doesn't matter. This isn't a competition. We're not in a beauty pageant here. Go away. I mean,
No, it was one of my pictures that I really liked.
I liked it too.
But I probably won't. I would never ever get a picture like that again, and I had a shot to do it. Why not? What is the big deal?
Oh, well,
Am I
obviously-
blind? Yes. I mean,
She couldn't find anything else on you, Crazy Bee. That's why.
I know what. I'm very blunt and open. I'm sorry. If you don't like my attitude, sorry.
Well, see, that's why I like you, girlfriend.
Thank you. I like you guys too. It's me, and I've always been this way. And
You know, it's just neat when you start to find your peep on here. You know what I mean? Your tribe.
yeah, exactly. And you find out who's really true and who's really not, and who just wants to run their mouth just to run their mouth.
Takes a lot of observing for sure to kind of weed all that.
Yeah. And that's the thing people don't understand. I observe so much on here that they have no clue how much I observe and the messages I get.
What Cinnamon? What are you talking about? What lady and what live? I missed something.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna go back.
She said, "Did you hear about the lady that jumped in the box over there?"
No. What about? You can come out and get a box if you'd like. You can come out and get a box. I don't know if I muffled that.
And Itty's live? Is that what she was referring to? I don't know. Or text?
Probably
Oh.
that's who was in there today was the hero. Well, it must
Yes,
have been,
the hero
must have
was
been
there.
Gina's live because I can't Itty block. Well, I blocked Itty after what she did to Jen,
Right.
but I saw that today.
See, I didn't know any of it, and now I just sent that to some people. And now I did. Now I know more, so it makes a difference. But I did want to know what was going on and couldn't leave because I wanted to read the messages and observe what everybody says, what everybody does, so I know what the hell I'm talking about. The lady's daughter that was involved with Lee L. What do you mean?
I'm so lost.
You want to come take a box, honey? How do you invite her in a box? I'll go down here.
Usually click their thing and it'll say guest or I don't know. Invite her.
Oh, she's at work.
Oh,
That's okay.
Okay.
No, we didn't know, hun. If you guys don't care, just tap the screen. I don't want no gifts or nothing like that. I just don't know how to shut them off yet. I didn't really take the time to look, to be quite honest with you.
Oh, she said her name was Abby. It must be Lisa's daughter. Elle's
And she
daughter.
talks about this shit going on around her kid. Girl, you brought your kid around this shit.
Right. Exactly.
You're the one running up down the road with her. And then you want to call. That's the part that don't make sense to me. You're the one that drove past her, blew your horn, hollered at her. Then you want to run home, jump on live, and call the cops.
Right.
Make that make sense.
Well,
Right.
here's my thing. I thought we were doing a blackout today, but yet people are still streaming her.
Exactly.
Sadly.
I saw TT put that up as soon as I woke up this morning. I'm like, what? And it was some certain person. I'm like, why? Just stop. Can't you do it for one day?
I seen that too. But they had like they was zooming her in, zoom her in, get her closer, get her closer. Why? I'll be right back, ladies.
Okay.
Because they love the drama. They can't leave it alone.
Right.
I'll be honest, I haven't watched her for probably 2 months unless it's like a replay someone else is showing because it makes me sick. I feel bad for her. I feel like she's wasting her life because if she put that everything she has into something positive, she would be such a good person because you can tell she's intelligent.
Yes.
It's just so sad that she doesn't
It
see
is.
her own potential.
Right. Right.
It is. And she's spiraling right now. And people
What?
see that. There's more drama and more drama. And people are just drawn to it. And it's like a moth to a flame, I guess. I don't know.
Right.
I've been for the last, probably 2 weeks. If I come across something with her, I try to just scroll away and go to the next and just be, and even the people reposting and streaming her, I just try to just avoid it because it's just getting horrible.
Mm-hmm.
You really don't have to watch her anyway because
No.
they stream her enough and record it and replay it and replay it. Hi, Cookie.
The last thing I reposted was TT's thing about today, and I bet you it's been a month since I reposted anything because I'm not bringing attention to her from me.
Yeah, because I mean, you just flip. It's just like you flip on here, and it's like, there's another one. There's another one. There's another one. There's so many.
Sorry, I live in the country, and combines decided to go by.
That's how I am. Shit like that doesn't happen all the time. Even on YouTube, you're correct, Elaine. I think Jennifer just popped in here. I just went live Well, she's off. I'll get off when she goes back live again, but everybody was in there chit chatting and
Right.
yeah, exactly. I mean, it's
Right.
in your
And
face.
yeah,
exactly.
I
I
mean,
mean, it's in your face. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's in your face. Somebody's echoing. Is it fixed?
I don't know. I heard it too, but it wasn't me, I don't think.
Well, they're probably reporting. I got a warning in her live for some reason, and I don't know why. I
Uh-oh.
don't know what I said to do it.
I'm
Cookie,
telling
what you been doing? Oh, did you guys read that? Cinnamon? Really? So that she came in the box and named her 2DDs. Wow.
Oh, goodness.
That's
What?
crazy.
What I miss? I'm confused. What I miss?
Read in the comments what Cinnamon wrote.
Who did the daughter?
No, they should. I mean, why would you run up on her like that? Seriously, guys. I mean, what was the point? Everybody knew what she was doing.
Oh, you mean Nicole?
No, someone said that there's a video where somebody came in the box and named her DDs and mentioned Smex's ring.
Oh,
wow.
dear.
Hi, honey.
All they're doing is put targets on innocent people's lives because now they're telling where the parents live. That is so, and even her.
Right.
I know. It's
Oh,
like,
dear.
really?
You know, it has been a week on the TikTok streets, man. Now I'm worn out.
Hi, Jason. Jason's in here. Hi, Bub. How are you? Lilac, you in a box, honey?
Oh,
Okay, she had a phone call. Phoenix just dropped.
did you see that?
Thank you.
That
Jason, no.
Tech supposedly screamed because they shouldn't have done that.
Who did?
They said Tech screamed because they should not have done that on the live. I'm assuming.
Yeah, I
those
don't think it
people.
should have happened on live. Who said that?
Oh, somebody in the comments. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine, honey. I didn't see it.
We have cookies. She says, and then they screamed at Tech, who said they should not have done it. So evidently, Tech was in the live.
I don't think they should have done it on live. I don't agree with the way she conducted it, but hey, Angel, but it's just like everybody else. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one.
Crazy
Well,
Bee, she's in here. Who wrote that?
They yelled at Tech because Tech came into the live and said, you know, that was wrong. They shouldn't have approached Lisa that way. And she's lucky that, you know, you don't understand when someone is on
Yeah.
something, how strong they can be. And, you know, I know she had her reasons for doing it, but then now they're all attacking Tech saying, you know, just because
Right.
she's done her recovery, that she thinks she knows everything. And I'm sorry, but I agreed with Tech. I would not have ran up on
No.
her. You know,
I agree with Tech
Right.
100%. That's probably, is Tech live now? Or was she? I mean, I know she's pissed over it.
well, and she, like she said, somebody could have seriously been hurt because even though,
Yeah.
you know, Lisa looks the way she does, or Elle looks the way she does, when they are on whatever their DOC is, they are extremely strong and they just don't care. And it could have gone
Exactly.
very, very bad.
Exactly, and it makes them even more aggressive, especially the DOC of hers.
Right.
We have cookies. Were you the
Well,
one that
she's just,
wrote Abby in the chat or no?
No, I didn't write Abby. I was the one that wrote something about they had yelled at Tech.
no, Don't put her name in
No,
here.
somebody said the girl's name was Abby that was in a
Oh.
live. So I don't know if that's the other
Right.
one's daughter's name also.
Oh, I think I heard that. That was the daughter, Nicole's.
Okay.
I don't know why in the hell they're going to yell at Tech. Now I'll back her, that bitch up 100%. Yes, I call Tech a bitch. I love that woman. I love her.
Well, they're thinking that all this is going to get Elle to go to treatment, and you can't make somebody go. And that's what Tech was
Right.
trying to tell them was all doing all this is she's going to fight even harder.
I may have been in there too because it's like everybody don't understand this treatment program. That is at her fingertips.
Mm-hmm.
If Elle wanted this, it's right there at her fingertips. The best of the best of the best. If Elle wanted it, all she's got to do is reach out and touch it. That's it. Until she does that, it ain't going to happen. So this shit they're doing, I mean, it's... What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's exactly it.
If this was
It's
going
like
on in
making
your
my hair.
neighborhood
We did a good job.
and you
Go ahead,
don't
I'm sorry.
want somebody like that sitting outside screaming, then call the cops. There's no way I would run out there on somebody and say, oh, I know that you're lying and you're on Facebook doing this, blah, 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 whatever.
Okay,
There's a different way to do it,
I got a question.
She did
If
call
she
the
was
cops
so
today,
scared,
but that was
if
after
she
the.
was so scared of her and of her carrying on like that, why did she run and jump on TikTok first?
Exactly.
She wanted recognized, but she won't admit to it.
Who? You mean
First
the
thing,
Yeah, the woman that
instead of
that went
taking care
live.
and getting
Yeah.
a house,
wait the neighbor?
instead of getting in the
Yeah,
house
I don't want to say her
and staying
name.
away from it.
I don't want to
Hero.
give her any
Oh.
recognition. The neighbor.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, from her perspective, it sounded like she was already on live. Like she was sitting on her porch outside doing a live with her people, and all of a sudden, here's Lisa outside boo-hooing and all the dramatics and the whole thing. And I guess she just kind of snapped a bit. She's known the family for a number of years. In fact, it sounded like she was even engaged to a family member at some point.
Right.
So it's not like she's not unaware of the family or the dynamics or the issues, and did go
But-
over and confront Lisa, and we
but-
saw how that
she
went.
was over a block away. So if
Yeah,
she
for
was
sure.
driving that
Yeah,
loud,
she had to boogie over there pretty good for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
you would have
Yeah.
thought all the other neighbors would have called too, is my point.
right.
And guys, can I say
All the
this?
other neighbors wasn't live either.
Huh?
All the other neighbors didn't go live.
Exactly.
Right.
But
They blasted out there.
I just want to say, I work for a MAT program in my state, medication assisted treatment.
Hi, Lila. Sorry.
We bring people in, they come in, they want to go to treatment or they just want outpatient help. That's available too. We have a lot of things, a lot of programs, a lot of things that people can do if they truly want the help. We work with people like Lisa all the time, but the difference is, they come in asking for the help. Now, does it always work the first or the second or the third time? No, it doesn't. Sometimes they need several tries. Sometimes they need, sometimes they're one and done. That's great. But, the families that come in with them that are pushing, you need to go to treatment, they need to go to treatment, they need to do this, they need to do that. You can't force them. And they get so mad at us when we tell them they're adults. They have to make that choice. They have to sign the paperwork to agree to go. They don't have to do that. We can't make them. And they're like, well, do I take them to court? What do I do? And I'm like, honestly, there's nothing you can do.
Exactly.
You can love them, but don't give them money. Don't give them the things that they can sell or trade for their whatever their addiction is and whatever the issue is, and and you can love them from a distance, but that's all you can do at this point. You've got to let them come to the realization, and they have got to hit their bottom and understand that I can't live like this anymore. I need help, or it's not gonna work.
Exactly. 100%. If she don't come, that's,
And I think
you know,
that's kind of what Tech was trying to get out there.
tell them.
Not
Yes.
only the fact that you shouldn't run up on somebody like that, because she herself said if somebody would have done that to her when she was inactive, they'd have had to fight for
Yeah,
their life.
Oh,
And
definitely.
okay, nothing
exactly.
happened this time, but that's just promoting somebody else to be out there to try to do the same thing to her.
Yes,
And
that's
And
stuff
that's what
that they're
that was the
putting in.
first one.
That's stuff that they're putting into their system. Some of it can make them crazy strong. You don't know.
Yes.
And you run up on somebody like that, somebody's going to hurt you.
Yep.
She did
Even
say
though
that
she
Lisa
said we'll
could
all
barely
do what
stand
she
up.
said, bullshit.
She did say that
I
Lisa
don't
could
get it.
barely stand up and was stumbling and stuff at first because
Guys, I
was
have seen people in our waiting
under the
room sitting
influence.
there,
Hi, Hazel.
and you think they're completely out of it and they couldn't do anything, and you let somebody walk in that they've had an issue with, somebody's burned somebody else for
Right.
whatever they're on or what, and you see how crazy quick they can come out of a chair and there can be a fight. It doesn't matter if they can barely stand or if you think that they're barely conscious enough to know what they're doing. You let that get inside and them hear that voice that triggers them, or that person that they're upset with, and for whatever reason, and they can come
Hi,
back.
night. Yeah, and it's just, and the cops said, there's nothing we can do.
That's
I
it.
mean, what are they going to
Yeah,
do?
you
Go
know
and
what?
get
Though
every rackhead off the street?
I
They're
can
going to
tell
go
you
down.
one thing. Lisa is loud. She ain't got no fight in her.
That's
I'm
right.
just saying.
What do you, wait a minute. Someone said in the comments, then she lied to the cops when they came out there today. What did they lie about? Can you take a box? I'd love for you
I was
to.
listening.
Oh, you
I
don't.
was listening in on the live too, so this should be interesting perspective.
Yeah, because I was
Yeah, because
here.
I was too. I like to hear a different perspective like that. Because the reason they got the PO today, because Nicole told the police officers that there was a PO out and he must have went and looked at it and went and served it. That's the way I took it. Oh,
That part is correct. Yes.
Yeah, that
okay.
was my understanding of it too.
Hi, Nike. How are you? Yes, that's what she said.
Is she coming up? Or are they already up? What am
No,
I?
she don't have enough followers. She's on a burner account.
So she can't come up.
No, you can
The
go get
only
your other
time,
account come up. I don't care. I'm not gonna block you or nothing.
the only time that Nicole muted was sharing personal information, name, address, that sort of thing, so that wasn't all out there.
I didn't hear her say about the PO. I didn't hear her tell the police officer that. Then she
did.
brought the daughter into and said if Lisa came to her daughter was never involved. What? Then she
I
brought
don't.
her daughter. Yeah, she brought her daughter into it.
I mean, I didn't hear her
daughter.
come out fully and say I honked at her, but my understanding was that she was honest. Though, I mean, we did. There
She
was
took
some
it.
muting, so it was hard to kind of decipher.
I heard her tell the police officer,
Uh,
I went by and I honked and I yelled at her.
right. So she did say
Right.
that.
She did instigate it.
Right.
Why would you instigate her? If she wasn't bothering you, why are you going to bother her?
Wait, I have a question about the PO. Wonder how long it's been in effect, because when they took her that night to the hospital and the officers were there, if that had been on the records then, why wasn't she meant to go to a hearing at that
Yeah, no,
point?
you're right.
Yeah,
Well,
she should have
Good
been.
night. Good times.
Find
yeah.
me in a box.
Hi, Lilac.
Now that she's served, all of that information will be available to her, including who the POA is against, PFA is against and why.
Sorry, I didn't mean. I don't know how I got in a box. I didn't mean to do that.
Well, hi.
Hi,
Hi.
I do
hi,
also.
everybody. But
You must.
I'm embarrassed. I've never
we're
been in a
friendly.
box before.
Well, you
Oh,
are now.
that's
Welcome
fine.
to it.
Yeah.
We just
We're
sit
some
and
pretty
talk
cool
about
chicks.
everything.
We're some pretty cool chicks. And there's some cute men down in the comments. You know, I'm always looking.
Well, I
I'm
don't
always
know who's
looking.
I'm not. I'm
dog.
happily 28 years.
Look, I'm not looking
married.
for a man. I am just looking for some fun. That's it.
Well,
No,
I'm
I've been
just. I
married.
look and I'm like, oh, wow, that's my icon, and how come it's moving and it's lit up? I don't know how I did it. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to derail your chat.
No, you're fine, hon. You're more than welcome. If you want me to drop you down, I can. Or if you want to stay up, you can. If you got a point of view on it, throw it.
You can drop me down. I'm
Okay, I
sure.
will.
Okay, but thank you.
And thanks for coming up. It's okay.
All right, thank you.
Okay, so I have a question. So supposedly, and I don't know, I've missed half of this. Was Nicole the one that drove by and honked when Lisa was on
Yeah.
live? Okay.
Yep.
Then Lisa threatened to unalive her. Then the police showed
But
up.
why would she go by and honk and yell at her?
Good, right? Don't poke the
Lisa
bear.
Hager.
Don't poke the bear.
Yeah.
So, but then Lisa threatened to unalive her, and that's what started.
But would Lisa would have made that threat? And I'm not taking up for her
No.
at all.
No.
Let's get that straight. Don't believe in nothing she does. I am against everything she does, but I don't believe bringing more attention to her.
Do you remember
But-
live when Jess was in it, and Jess said that when they were young, up until now, that when there was a problem or somebody was bullying Lisa or pushing her around or whatever, that she would run home and go get Jess to go handle it, because Lisa doesn't
Right.
have that in her to fight like
No,
that.
she got a nasty mouth, and she might look like she's gonna run you down, but
Yeah.
you know,
And
she's
don't
pretty
know what you're
harmless.
gonna do.
She's verbally
But
can easily be abusive. Absolutely, I think we've all seen that.
no, she's not healthy.
Right, Cam?
No,
That's-
right. I do think I understand a little bit about the neighbor's perspective. You know, the way that she
I do
explained
too.
it is that it is, you know, it's an older neighborhood. Everybody's been living there a long time. It's established. It's quiet. It's very family oriented. What they don't want
Yeah.
is, you know, a
Well,
crackhead up there doing what she's doing and being all loud about it, and then lying to her family. You know, I wouldn't want to be sitting out my patio listening to Lisa, you know,
thing is
yelling her
that she-
TP and Cash App name out, and, you know, whining and
Yeah,
hollering,
nice cookies.
carrying on, calling people names, and, you know,
Tap the screen, guys.
I mean, you know,
Well,
but
what
I
I was gonna
understand. I'm
say-
not condoning that it could have been handled more gracefully, you know, for sure.
Not on the app, and all these gifts thrown to you, and you're a hero now. And no, okay,
Yeah, right,
she did throw
right.
the threat out there. What if she did throw the threat out there? If the girl hadn't have went and honked and yelled at her, would she have thrown the threat out there?
Well, she'd already been screaming at her the other night anyway, too. They were going at
Well,
it.
that's true.
Well, that's what I was wondering, if
Yeah, they got involved.
if they have a if there's a protection. Okay, I'm not saying that it was N, because we don't know.
The
We don't know who
protection
that
from
was.
abuse is not, that PFA does not have to do with the neighbor.
Okay, because that's what I was wondering, was if it was like everybody's thinking, then why would she have started something with her that first night? Because if there was a protection order, then there would have been a mess for both of them. So that's why I don't think
Right.
that's why I didn't think it was for N. I'm not going to use her name. For whatever happened this afternoon. But
Yeah,
N
no,
knew
no,
what
no.
was going on, and she knew the details. So I don't know.
Yeah. That's
I
because
don't
it was
know.
shared with her by whomever
Yeah.
filed it.
And I probably would have called the police on somebody if they was next door and, not down the street from me, but if it was like next door beside me and stuff, yeah, I would have called the police. But I don't think I'd have went live. But that's me.
Someone says the PFA has to do with Jay.
What is a PFA?
Protection from abuse.
And would it surprise you? No.
No.
That's pretty much the end of it. I don't be sure.
I was trying to read the comments. Yeah, she needs to stop. It's gone way too far. Everything about it has gone too far.
Yeah.
That,
Yeah, man, this whole thing has just been blown up. I mean,
yeah.
I about spit my coffee out sitting out here enjoying a nice little evening when Lisa's, when that whole thing went down. I'm going to be honest. I'm human. Probably not my most spiritual moment. After I choked on my coffee, I laughed. I mean, I was a bit entertained by it all, but yeah, it's kind of turned into a whole thing now,
Have you seen the video where
Yeah.
the one neighbor will say, "Hey, what's your name?" and the other one will yell back, "Pete," and they'll say, "Hey, Pete," and then they like "F you" back and forth. That's all I could think of when I watched that video. And I'm like, "Hey, what's your name?" "F you." No, F you. That's all I could think of when I watched that video. I'm like, "Hey, what's your name?" "F you." No, F you.
You're on the mute.
Hey, what's your name? F you. No, F you.
I didn't want to do that.
Okay, there we go.
Who was that?
I don't know.
I didn't want to do that. What the hell?
Congratulations,
All
Heather.
freaking day and I've been sick. Yes, I wanted to congratulate her. I was trying to do that.
Congrats, Heather. Tomorrow,
Yeah.
Heather celebrates 1 year sober.
Congratulations.
She's amazing, sweetie.
That's awesome.
Congratulations. You can see my suitcase. We're packing for vacay.
Me
We're
too.
so ready. I haven't got to go this year.
I got sidetracked with TikTok for the night, so.
I need to put my camera.
So I have a list, and then I've been adding everything on to go, and then it's like I take 3 things on and add 4 more onto it. I can't seem to get
Yeah,
the
I
list
got a
done.
day bed. Everything's landing on the day bed.
There you go.
And then go through everything at the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's really.
You're welcome, Heather.
That's awesome.
There's probably
Congratulations.
going to be so much chaos in that house.
And that's why I say part of the reason we came up with the name that we did. I have 37 and a half years clean. I was blessed to be introduced to recovery and pretty big intervention at the age of 16.
I do too.
So I was just a baby
wow.
when I got clean, but it altered the course of my life. And for that, I am so forever grateful because I'm not sure I would have lived much longer.
Rachel, that's a good question.
Yeah. So for me, I have seen people that I thought would never get it. You know what I mean? I've seen people that I thought would never, the chronic relapser sort, they're in and out over the years. I have seen it all. I have seen miracles, and that's why I always say there is hope until there is not, and until they're gone.
And I seen that too. Somebody in the comments said that they said people have called the landlord. Is that true? We
They
don't
better
know.
not
And
have.
more.
They better
See,
not
that's
have.
how much, really.
Like some people need to have some boundaries. That's out
They don't.
of pocket right there.
That's what I'm saying. They're putting all this shit out here on here, and they don't know who they're putting it out here to and what they're capable of doing.
Well, the people
And
that are calling,
certain people says, you guys understand the assignment. You know where that comes from.
Oh yeah.
That's fucking ridiculous. I'm sorry, I need to stop.
You know what, though? There's some boundaries here that people are crossing, whether it's doxing people, whether it's taking, calling the family's landlord. I mean, I'm sure I could look up the information within 5 minutes myself. That's none of my business. I'm not connected with this family in any way personally, other than I have offers to Lisa if she ever truly wants to get and stay clean, that I would be happy to help her find an appropriate facility, and others have offered that to her as well. But you calling the family and calling the landlord, and that's out of line.
It's too far.
That's crazy, Rachel.
And let me just say, karma for that will be coming.
Yes.
Well,
Somebody's gonna get all up in your business inside your home, because if that's what you want, that's what you'll get.
Yeah, exactly. He wanted to help his child. Any parent would want to help their child. They're not going to let their child go in the streets, no matter what it means. And then people want to do shit like this. You got to be freaking kidding me. Like I said, they're going to do everything and anything to take her down, whether it's jail, rehab, or the other place. That's the only thing they're going to get to go do. And I doubt if it's going to be jail, and I doubt if it's going to be rehab.
Right.
And
that's what pisses me off. They're not looking out for her. They're looking out for their own fucking selves. I'm going to get in trouble. I better quit.
Exactly. But what a lot of people don't understand.
And some of these people take it real life, like to a whole,
yeah, exactly.
As Lisa put herself out here and exposed herself for a tremendous amount of scrutiny, absolutely. But again, there are some very moral, fine lines that one just doesn't cross. And sadly, some people are lacking a moral compass with that.
Yep. So let's go back
and stay in your damn lane. Stay in your lane.
Yep.
And we have parents that bring patients
in. And I don't think the first two is going to be an option, what they want. I really don't think that. I believe they want something else. I really honestly do. Because why in the hell would you go at someone this hard?
Right. Like you're trying to get them kicked out of their home. That's what you're trying to do.
Not just that. Everything else. This is ridiculous. Honestly, it just really upsets me. And I really wish it wouldn't.
And we have parents and family members bring patients in all the time. And they will call. Family members bring patients in all the time. And say things like, what do I do? They're doing this and they're doing that. And we have to explain enabling to them constantly and telling them the things that they can't do or they shouldn't be doing, or
Jill.
And they're trying to love their child or that person, their family member, and they feel like they're being mean to them if they kick them out, or if they're not feeding them, or if they're not letting them drive their car, if they're not giving them money, if they're not, you got to understand, he's just loving his child. All he can do is be her father. And from my understanding, this man is not in good health himself. He's not. And for people to be crossing that line and calling his landlord and him and neighbors and everybody else and getting people involved is ridiculous. Leave those people alone.
Yep, and it don't take much to do that. Just stay in your own lane.
That's it.
It's one thing that we discuss it on here. We talk about awareness. We talk about, there's a lot of people on this app that are learning about the disease of addiction. And so it's an opportunity to, share our story and, but, and awareness, but there's, again, a fine line. I mean, some people are getting themselves way too involved. It's not your place.
It's a dangerous situation too, because people don't understand. They go to putting names out there of family members or DDs or this or that. Somebody's going to come for somebody, and it's not going to end well. It's not.
No, it's not.
We've seen it time and time and time again.
And she'll probably get hurt over it,
Uh,
especially when they bring them people out in it.
most definitely.
Right.
Yeah, exactly, Angel. You and me both. My mother and my father and my sister and my nephew. I would give them.
You know, that's why I'm trying to offer some grace to Nicole, because look, is again, you know, until you're in or have experienced a situation like this, I don't, I'd love to think that I would respond more gracefully and differently. Probably still would want to confront her if I heard all that going on, you know. But I don't live in the neighborhood. I don't know the family dynamics. I don't know the history with the neighbor. There seems to be some stuff to unpack there. I
Exactly.
don't know. You know, there seems to be some aggression on both sides that I'm sure
Exactly.
there's more to the story here that we just don't know the history of. So I'm cautious to, you know, to be judgmental on how she handled it. I will say that it probably helped the awareness of Lisa's lying, you know, when she's saying she's somewhere else and she's not, actually at her dad's. And the dramatics, you could see she switched up real quick. So if nothing else, it did expose that live, literally.
Yes.
I mean, she's been exposed for a while too. I mean, I see both sides of it. She's right
Yeah.
there at the end of her driveway. Her kids are right there.
Right.
Do you think I wouldn't hesitate to call the police on that? Hell yeah. Would I went TikTok live? Hell no. That's the difference. I'm sorry.
Yeah, see, I can't say that
And everybody's different. I don't want everybody has an opinion. Everybody can agree to disagree. They don't have to fight over this.
true. I mean, you know, again, I don't,
Sorry.
I'm like you. I don't live in the neighborhood. I don't live around them. I don't live in the same state. Like, I don't have to deal with it. But if it had been in my neighborhood and I'd been sitting outside, you know, I probably would have called the law, first of all. And, you know, maybe recorded that, yes, I could hear what was going on from the distance we were apart, just for record for the police department, but not to go on live and push it. You know, that's the part I don't agree with. But at the same time, I see both sides as well. I mean, I feel like it sent some awareness out to people about, you know, because there are people out there and new people coming on this app every day that are going and they don't know her story. They don't know her history. They don't know, you know, the years she's been doing this and what's happened even in the last few months. And they're helping her and they're supporting her and this and that. And they don't know not to believe some of that mess going on. And so that kind of pushed out, oh, hey, yeah, she doesn't need help. She's not, you know, this is lies. She is doing that. But, you know, I would not have gone live with it myself.
I agree. Yeah. Agree with that.
Well, how many other people are now going to start doing this when she's out away from her dad's house at 4:30 in the morning, screaming like she has been the last couple of nights? What if somebody else approaches her and she
Exactly.
really gets hurt?
You know,
That's
sadly though, Lisa plays a lot of a part in this because she puts herself out there and goes on live acting a fool and lying and scamming and begging and nodding out and, you know, with all the dramatics. It's a tough one because a lot of people don't have the patience for that kind of behavior, you know.
Can I interrupt
Yes.
for just a second?
She
I'm
puts
sorry.
herself out there for not only scrutiny but for some dangerous people.
Can I
And you
just
know, and there. I'm not saying that the hero was out looking for clout, because I do believe that she may have some concerns about her children being
Yeah.
around that stuff. But I would not have approached her the way that she did, but that's just me. But there are, now that she has done that and is continuing to talk on the subject and continuing to film her and whatnot.
Yeah.
What's to say that Mr. Joe Blow, who lives 5 houses down, has a teenage daughter who's seeing this, decides that she's not going to also start doing this? I mean, they already have people driving around, filming her when she's out, or they put a map up and dox the house and everything else. And they see what it brings to them, to these other people doing it, that they're going to start doing it. And it's just going to be a free-for-all mess show.
Right. You're afraid people are going to start emulating what happened yeah.
Can I just
I mean,
add
if you're
something in here?
outside and she's doing that, and you are truly afraid, then call the police and say, this lady has been sitting out on her front porch for 2 hours screaming. Call it in, have them come, tell her she
It
can't be
looks
out there.
like
Do
she's
whatever.
having a mental health crisis would be the best way you can say that.
But don't be rushing up on her and saying, "Oh, you're just lying. You're doing this. You're doing that," because you don't know what's going to happen. And maybe it was very lucky that the hero didn't have a confrontation with Elle, other than Elle threatening her and screaming at her and falling over trying to get to her. But it didn't need to continue for the next couple of days, is my point. But that's just me. I wouldn't have done it that way. But I'm just afraid that, like I said, now they have people driving by pointing her out, and they're putting their little, videos of her on TikTok. It's like the new Where's Waldo in Pennsylvania. It's ridiculous. And somebody, if not Elle, somebody is going to get hurt.
Yeah, and look, she is being investigated, and she's not the only one being investigated. Her and her little crew is being investigated. So everybody should be mindful and cautious of that as well, including giving her money.
Can I add something in here?
Yeah.
Okay, there was when I first came into this chat, I was reading online somewhere. I'm not going to throw it out there, but they said that someone had picked Elle up in a taxi and had taken her somewhere. That was about a half an hour ago. Now it's saying that someone is following Elle in the taxi back to her dad's house. So someone is out there filming her going and to where she went and then coming back to her dad's house. And damn well that's going to be on TikTok. That's stalking.
It is.
That's shocking.
That's beyond. Yeah, that's
And if she is going over to her
that's way too far.
if she's going to her DL, or DD, I'm sorry, and some, let's say 17, 18-year-old person who is witnessing all this stuff on TikTok decides to follow, what if there's a confrontation with the DD? Because they don't know everything they're getting into, and they're just thinking, "Oh, I'm going to get my views are going to go up because I'm going to get a video of Elle going into number 202 or whatever the apartment is over there and following." They don't understand the danger in this, not only for Elle but for themselves.
They probably never been in that kind of a neighborhood and don't have a clue what any of that is like. But as long as they get those views and those gifts, that's all that's going to matter. They have a shootout. Oh, if they have something like that out there, right in the middle of it, and you're caught right in the middle of it.
And if they're getting
you're not used to them kind of neighborhoods. It ain't just, come on.
Even if that's sisters with children, do you have younger brothers and sisters and parents that, this is all you're gonna put this information out here wanting to be TikTok famous or whatever, and you're gonna cause harm to yourself, to your family, to children that you don't have a clue about. Oh my gosh, people.
And the people that Lisa is going to meet, they know this crap is going on TikTok, and they're going to be getting sick of this pretty soon, and if not already. And what's going to happen if they have some teeny bopper or somebody that's following her around and they confront them? They have no idea what they're going to get into this stuff.
They jump them in, they beat them. I think she's been pounded on so many times it ain't been funny from hers. I really do. From the videos that are out there and the way she looks, the bruises,
And they got videos
I
of her
believe that's been
walking.
done to her. Don't think they ain't gonna do it to you.
And when she lived in
Exactly.
the apartment, there's videos of her walking across the street into that place. And it's on TikTok. They know the stuff that she's doing. Do they not think that if she's leaving from her dad's house and getting a ride to this place, that and she knows she's being followed, she knows that these things are happening, and you
Yep.
get new people that are going to do this because they see, oh, I'm getting some clout. I'm going to get my viewers up. They could really,
And what you're
really end up
doing,
hurt.
because you're bringing attention to that DD, and that's the last thing any DD wants is attention drawn to them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
That's the last thing one wants.
You put that focus on somebody that's doing what he's doing, and the illegal things that are going on at that location, and that starts an investigation. If you think for 1 second that some of these people aren't coming in after,
Yeah, it's
you
stupid
know,
showing their place.
you've got another thing coming, because these people are dangerous. They're not to be played with.
No, and some of these are like little old housewives and things. I think sometimes I don't know what they think they are, but wow, I mean,
I don't know
ever
how
they
many of
watch TV shows, it's really like that. It's not a fantasy. It really happens daily in them areas.
I don't know how many of
Yes.
you are actually from Pennsylvania. I live about an hour and a half away from where she does. And I'll be honest, almost every night on the Pittsburgh News, there is so much crime in that specific area that there are story after story after story over the same exact thing that's going on right here. And her parents only being so far away from them, it can't be, because of being cities, it's probably maybe only a few miles. They're jeopardizing now by following her that whole entire area, because these people don't care. They will literally just go harm whoever.
Yes.
And it's scary. I live in a very small town, maybe 400 people. I did not know that a mile from my house, they just busted 2 Detroit people that were living there with all kind of stuff in their house. Never knew they were there. They raided them at 5 o'clock in the morning. So you never know who your neighbor is. Even in this little burg of it, we're in a little community, and they were right here. And that's the bad thing, is we have Detroit people here. I don't know if you all have them everywhere else, but there's a little town called Newcastle. It is nonstop in the projects over there. And if that's what's going on down there, they're messing with the big guns, because they send people in from Detroit to handle things. And they don't realize putting this stuff all over TikTok is what they're doing to them. They're creating a major issue now, showing where she specifically is for everybody down there.
We've had instances with our clinic where their DDs are calling because they think that they've heard, or somebody has said, oh, they're down there giving information and yada, yada, yada. And to the point that there have been weeks that we have had security and had to call in marshal service from another place to, walk people out at night and get people to their cars, and
Right.
the threats and things just to people working in the clinic. So what do you think they're going to do to somebody that doesn't have that protection?
I'm sorry. I want to answer somebody. I forget your name, but the Detroit people are Detroit DDs. That's what we have here. This little town
I
called
wouldn't
Newcastle
walk
is
the street.
clear full of DDs. And Youngstown, Ohio, if anybody's ever heard of that. Clear full, that's who they are busting. Nonstop. They're from Detroit, though.
Exactly.
And they don't play. They are
Nope.
literally, I'm trying to be careful,
Right.
finding things along the road nonstop by just
Right.
like falling out of the car.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So that is the
That's
area that
crazy.
we are all in, and they're jeopardizing so many more than just her now. That whole community now is jeopardy, especially if someone truly is looking for her that she physically owes money to.
Yep, because they just put a bullseye on her for calling her out where she is, especially if she owed money to one of them DDs.
Exactly.
Have they ever thought about that?
Right.
And they
Right.
put a bullseye on everyone that in that home.
And from my understanding, that the people that live right next to them in that same complex, in that same building, have small children.
And they
What do you
don't
mean?
care. They don't care. These people want their money. They don't care who's involved in those homes.
Nope, not one bit. And I think a lot of them live in their own little world that they don't see none of this stuff, and they really don't understand what actually that is. I don't know how to explain. I really don't.
They've apparently don't see the news and the horrible things that goes on. And I guarantee you, if we knew the whole story, probably 60 or 70% of that, if we went down the rabbit hole, if you wanted to go that far with it, you do some on
Did you guys hear this? So I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're fine.
The lady that Cinnamon was talking about earlier just posted a video out, and everyone see what I'm talking about. Let's see how many more videos posted about the exact same thing. They freaking watched it themselves with their own freaking eyes, but they want to make sure to make a video to get them views.
And it'll be reposted and reposted and reposted.
Because it's all about that clout, and if they're getting enough gifts and views and things like that, and they're driving more people to their page, they're making money on it, so they don't care.
No, they don't understand that life, what it affects,
No.
and who it affects.
Not at all.
What the hell?
It's frustrating. This whole thing with that side of TikTok has gotten horrible. I came across, not to change the subject, but I came across one a few weeks ago, that chef guy that just, oh my God, that one gets on my, I'm just like, nope, can't handle that.
Oh,
And-
Chef Carl.
Exactly. There's a good question Mother Moon asked. Wonder how much money Nicole has made. Well, when I left the room, her gifts were over 5 point something, whatever that is.
And there was,
At that
when I
time.
left, there was over 250,000 likes on that page. So I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah.
She's sitting there grinning ear to ear. She's TikTok famous now. Woo! She's got all these friends. I just want to say this too. 9 times out of 10, half them people wouldn't even talk to your ass if you hadn't have done what you did. You wouldn't have got none of that if you hadn't have did what you did. And you
No,
did it to
and here's
get
the thing.
what you did get.
A lot of them are riding on her coattails, hoping to get some of that,
Exactly, and they was.
getting that attention. That's what they want. Oh, well,
Yep.
and they're in there for the gossip and the, so that they can run and put it on their page or put it out there. Oh, I heard this and I heard that. And then people run with it because, and they don't tell the whole story. They hear part of it and they go running off to some other page and, oh, well, this got said
Exactly.
and that got said. And then it's just a whole whirlwind of misinformation.
Yep. They only want to tell this part, and this part. Well, let's start at the beginning and start this part where they only want to say about, oh, well, she threatened her. Well, girl, if you hadn't went by her yelling and screaming and honking your horn at her, she probably wouldn't have threatened you. Seriously? If you hadn't ran up on her, all that shit wouldn't have happened. So you brought this on yourself.
And that's it. You run up on somebody, walk by somebody, and say something that, like you said to her. Yes, you outed her, and while that was great for TikTok and some of these people getting it through their head that it was what it was. The
Thank
point
you.
of the matter is, it doesn't have to carry on for days and days and days and days, and we don't have to discuss it to death, and it doesn't have to continue to be, what it's blown up to be. and it's been blown out of proportion. For what reason?
And they got pissed off because they didn't take her to jail. What did she do? You're the one that drove by her. You're the one that yelled at her. You're the one that screamed at her. And then when she went to retaliate, then you want to run home, get on live on TikTok, and call the cops. Make
Yeah.
that make sense, please.
Yeah.
And I go back to the night before when she ran up on her and did the exact freaking same thing, but she didn't call the cops. She ran from her.
Yeah.
Now, you want to go there? We'll go there. That's the shit that pisses me off. I'm sorry. Like
Well,
Jennifer said, Crazy Bee, you're going to get it.
And I don't want anybody thinking that we condone what Lisa has done.
oh Lord, no.
Because I don't
Take
think
her
any
out
of
of the
us.
picture. Take her out of the picture.
I'm just concerned that everybody is doing it's more damage to her, and if they get to her
Exactly.
father's landlord, and then they are evicted, and then it's already stressful on the sisters, and the
A
parents
domino
are doing
effect.
the best they can. It just if I lived next door to her and she was out at 2-3 o'clock in the morning, I'd call the cops. I would be
Yep.
concerned about my children. I would be very watchful of my children if they were outside, and there's a proper way to do it. I don't think I would ever run up on her if in her state of mind, knowing what she is about and what
Okay.
she does. I don't think I would ever want to physically walk up on her and out her or scream at her or anything like that, even with me probably being a good 100 pounds more than her. I just wouldn't do it. And there's a right way to go about this, and there's a wrong way to go about this. And I'm not saying she did it for clout, but in the beginning, but it just seems like it did a lot more detriment than it did good, in my opinion.
Yeah. Take L out of the equation. Take L completely out of the whole damn equation. Now, we know how many of them kind of people are up there in that neighborhood and stuff. Where's all the other ones you're calling out?
True.
Why aren't you calling out all the other ones that's walking up and down the street doing the same thing? Call them out. There's all kinds right around there that's doing the exact same thing. She's just doing it on here, and that's why she did it. So for the clout.
And
You say you
And
did and you're lying.
she knows the situation, because, as she said, she's been involved with the family for years. So it's not like
Exactly.
it's some stranger that's standing outside screaming and ranting and raving and doing all this. She has known her for many, many years, and has followed her on TikTok, and knows that she was staying with her dad. And I'm not saying that she was actively looking for her, but I don't know. It just seems funny to me, and yes, I would not want somebody sitting outside my house or across the street from me at 4:30 in the morning screaming and crying and acting like that. But I would not go out there knowing who the person is, or even a confrontation. That's what the police are for.
exactly. And here's another point. They've now got all these people in the chat hollering about contacting her dad's landlord and this and that, and they're mad because her dad took her in. But even if he puts her out, people look at it this way: even if he hadn't taken her in, or if he puts her out right now, it's still not going to stop what Lisa's doing. It's not going to change a thing, other than the fact that people are still going to give her money. They're going to either put her in a motel. She'll find a way to manipulate the situation for somebody to take her in, and it's going to be the same thing until she hits her bottom. It's not, whether she's at her parents', whether she's at a motel, whether she's at wherever she is out on the streets, she's going to continue to do what she's doing until she's ready to quit. Nobody, I don't feel like anybody's, I don't feel like anybody's downing Nicole for what she did, other than the fact that it's continued for days for the views, for the clout, for the whatever reason. This could have all been over with that night. Had she, okay, she went and confronted her. That should have been the end of it right there. That should have been the end of it. True. True. Not at all. It would be nice if that had been the case, and everybody had just not posted and not talked about her and not gone to her stuff today and not um, streamed her lives and not, but that's not going to happen. People are going to continue to do it because, again, they want to be that TikTok famous. They want to make that money off of her. They want to make that, if they're getting the gifts, if they're getting the views, if they're getting the information out there, that they feel like, oh, well, I know this and I heard that. It's going to cause people to go to there and check their stuff and see, oh, well, they posted this and they posted that. And when the views and the comments and those things go up and the likes, they're making money off of it. In the end, that's what it is. They're making money. Enjoy your dinner. You're welcome. I was too. I was looking at some of the comments.